Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hello family, hello friends. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time, please remember to subscribe and to give us the thumbs up. And subscribe and activate, the little notification button so that you can be aware whenever there is a new video out, and then you guys can watch out and see the conversation. And I would always welcome your comments, because that's the only way that I can improve myself and make things better for us to enjoy on this channel. Now today's video is going to be the last of a series of 3, where I was trying to talk in a very, very broad way about the jobs that we do in the minorities communities. So in the last 2 videos, I think, the previous videos, the couple of previous videos, I was talking about this topic in different aspects. In the first video, I was talking, about the fact that we could actually think about growing in the jobs that we do. If we are just a simple team member, we can become a manager to, a kind of improve our position. In the second video, I was also talking about that actualization in terms of, we don't have to end our life because we are on exile in a country. We don't have to end our life working in a security job or working, as a cleaning agent. We can change. We can have that dramatic change of career to make things better. Now today is going to be the third and the last video on this particular topic, and I'll try and put the link to the previous video so that, if it's your first time, you can always go back in the previous video and see, and understand on your own what I was trying to portray there. Now today I would love to talk about an aspect of this topic, of the jobs in the minority communities, that is very important to us, and that is also very common in our daily lives. Is the fact that our children, sometimes when we get in these countries and we live on exile, we end up doing some jobs, and sometimes because we have our children, and we educate them in the home environment, and they are used to us doing things in a certain way, living in a certain way. Let's say doing care jobs or doing these security jobs where we do like night shifts and things like that, and even without knowing, our children will pick on it, and then you will end up with this pattern of our children ending up in the same kind of jobs. Again, as I was saying, please don't get me wrong, in the previous 2 videos, there is nothing wrong with doing those kind of jobs, with doing a security job, with doing a cleaning job. Those jobs gives us our dignity. They help us to pay our taxes, to sustain our life, pay our bills, and things like that, and even sometimes to help the people that we left in our home countries. So I'm not trying to blame anyone here or to blame any kind of job. Please don't get me wrong. But all what I'm trying to do here is to try and encourage us to aspire for better, to grow in our aspirations, and to grow in our realizations. So I was talking about the fact that, sometimes the children end up, in the same predicament that we, the parents, have found ourselves. There is nothing wrong with that. The only thing I want to say here, the only aspect I want to draw our attention in this video, is just to tell the children that, at the end of the day, your life, even as a descendant of a person living on exile, as a descendant of a migrant, shouldn't be determined by the origins of your parents. Now, I know for sure that in many, many cases, it's not like the choice of the child to make that statement come true, like, that the origins of the parents will determine their profession. But sometimes, as I said, the children just find themselves looking for the next best alternative, the next best step, and then they end up in those kind of jobs. But today I want to tell you, dear children, dear parents, that shouldn't be the end for you. It should just be the path for something greater. I want to make a very poignant reference here, using the example of, the American poet Maya Angelou, and Oprah Winfrey also referenced her a few times, a fair number of times in her daily job. Maya Angelou once said that, when, as an African American, when she goes on an interview, people asked her, because you remember she read a poem on the investiture day of President Clinton, and at that time, for an African American, that was a big accomplishment. That was something really, really big, to have an African American lady, not even man, an African American lady standing up there and delivering this poem. It was such a big moment. And people asked her throughout her life, oh, how come she's managed to, to achieve so much? And what caught my attention was the fact that she said, oh, whenever she goes to these interviews, these meetings with these powerful people, she goes in the boardroom and things like that. She doesn't go there as an individual. Listen to this, my people. Listen. She doesn't go there as an individual. She has a whole host, an army of spirits, of all those people who were enslaved, and those who were enslaved and those who were free, going with her. She has that whole army of people, though their spirit will fill the room. She will be the only person talking, but the spirits will be the one filling the room and deliver the speech for her. And that is how she works. And that is why even the doors that will be closed to others will be open to her. Because on that day, she wasn't alone. She filled the room with those positive spirits. And that is where I want to catch your attention. I want to call on your attention this morning, please. When you go to those jobs where people think, oh, your name sounds not too good. The sound of your name doesn't match this job. The sound of your name doesn't match this position. And they can see on your CV that you went in primary school in a little village here in these Western countries, that your whole education has been done in these countries, but they still feel like, oh, your name doesn't sound too good. Your name doesn't fit the job, doesn't fit the position, doesn't fit the profession. When you go on that day, when you go to those interviews, please remember that you're not going on your own. You are going with the sweat of your parents who have come in these countries as immigrants, who have come in these countries on exile. You are in that interview room, but you are answering those questions with the sweats that they have sweat, with the suffering that they have endured doing the the cleaning jobs, doing the security job, doing all of those low level, low skilled jobs, and you are going there with all the suffering that they endured, and not only your voice will speak in that interview room, but theirs will also speak and accompany you and invigorate you and reinforce the little strength and the little energy that you will be using to answer those questions. So I don't want you guys to get ever discouraged and think that the the destiny of your parents will define your own destiny. There are so many barriers, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't understand and I don't know what you guys will be going through. But what I'm trying to tell you in this video today is that whatever those barriers are, whatever, how, no matter uh, how high it will look as a mountain to climb, you know that we are there together with you. Remember that our spirits will always go with you, and it doesn't matter how many times you get the door shut, how many times you get knocked down. We, as the people of minority, we will always gather our spirits and be with you on those days, and only the sky will be the limit to your achievement, because you come here, you receive the same education, you receive intrinsically the same strength and the same skills. Even if the society doesn't necessarily allow you to express what you've received, to deliver on those promises that you were given in your education, because you don't have the same problems that we had as, let's say, your parents and things like that. You have the right language, you have the right linguistic substract that will allow you to perform those things, but you're not always given the opportunity. Your time will come. Please don't give up. Even if you do the cleaning job, even if you do the security job, even if you work in a care home, it should be a temporary thing. And please give your aspirations a higher level of achievement by keeping your working hard, by keeping your work as hard as you can keep, and we together in our spirit and in our prayers, we together will get there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. Next time is going to be a completely different video. As I said in the beginning, we're done with this topic, we're done with the topic of the the jobs that we do in our community. Even if we come back to it at some stage, it will be on a completely different light. But thank you for watching today. I love you all. Please, let's remember to always be the best version of ourselves. That's what we should portray and show to the rest of the world, the best version of ourselves, so that we can achieve the best. Thank you for watching. Love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.